Okay, we've all seen the periodic table, right? It's probably one of the most famous charts in all of science. But behind that familiar shape, there's actually a fantastic detective story. A story of how one single number solved a massive puzzle and totally perfected our understanding of the elements. So, let's dive in. All right, let's just start with the biggest question on the table. Have you ever really truly looked at the periodic table and just wondered, why that shape? I mean, it's not a simple box, right? You've got these tall columns, these dips, and then that whole separate island of elements floating at the bottom. It looks kind of weird. But I promise you, that shape is not random. It is the visual answer to a huge scientific mystery, and we are about to solve it together. To get what the modern table is all about, we have to rewind the clock a bit and look at the original blueprint. Our story really kicks off in the 19th century with the table's first great architect, the incredible Russian chemist Dmitry Mendeleev. So picture this, it's 1869, and chemistry is kind of a mess. We knew about a bunch of elements, but there was no real rhyme or reason to them. Mendeleev's stroke of genius was seeing a pattern hiding in plain sight. He started arranging the elements, not just any old way, but by their atomic weight and, this is the key part, by their chemical properties. This idea led him to what we call his periodic law. Now, that phrase periodic function might sound a little technical, but the idea is actually beautiful. It just means that as you line up the elements from lightest to heaviest, their personalities, how they act and react, start to repeat in a predictable rhythm. It's kind of like a musical scale where every eighth note has a similar vibe to the first one. And this idea was insanely powerful. Mendeleev was so sure he was onto something that he actually left empty spots in his table, basically saying, hey, an element is going to be discovered right here, and this is what it's going to be like. And you know what? He was right. It was an absolutely brilliant achievement. But it wasn't quite perfect. There were a few little glitches in his masterpiece. And this brings us to the heart of our mystery. Because even with Mendeleev's incredible system, there were a couple of elements that just would not cooperate. They were like stubborn little clues that hinted that something wasn't quite right. So here was the problem. His main rule was simple. Line them up by increasing atomic mass. But every now and then, to keep elements with similar personalities, the chemical families, in the same vertical column, he had to cheat. He had to break his own rule. Think of it like this. Imagine you're a librarian, and your rule is to stack books strictly from lightest to heaviest. But you also want to keep all the sci-fi books together. You might find you have to put a slightly heavier sci-fi book before a lighter one just to keep your genre section looking right. That's exactly the kind of thing Mendeleev was forced to do. And here is Exhibit A, the most famous example, argon and potassium. Now, based on how they behave, argon, a totally unreactive noble gas, definitely belongs before potassium, which is a super-reactive alkali metal. But just look at their masses. Argon has a mass of 39.9 and potassium is 39.1. The heavier element had to be placed first. It was a total violation of his number one rule. So this was a huge, nagging question for scientists. What was going on? How could this be? Was atomic mass wrong? Was Mendeleev's beautiful, elegant system built on a shaky foundation? This puzzle desperately needed a hero to solve it. And the hero who steps onto the scene is a brilliant young English physicist named Henry Moseley. Using brand new X-ray technology, he basically developed a kind of superpower, a way to peer inside atoms and find a new, unique fingerprint for every element. Moseley's experiment was just ingenious. He blasted different elements with high-energy X-rays. And when he did, each element shot back its own totally unique frequency of radiation. He measured these frequencies, and he found a perfect straight-line mathematical relationship between that frequency and an element's place on the table. And here's the eureka moment. He realized this was all connected to a simple, clean, whole number, the amount of positive charge inside an atom's core. He had found something much, much more fundamental than weight. And that fundamental property is what we now call the atomic number. It's just the number of protons in an atom's nucleus. That's it. It's not a messy average weight. It's a perfect, unique whole number. Hydrogen is 1, helium is 2, carbon is 6, always. It is the fundamental serial number for every single element in the universe. And with this incredible discovery, Moseley had found the final piece of the puzzle. The concept of the atomic number was the elegant solution that finally and perfectly closed the case. And this brings us to the modern periodic law. Now listen, it sounds almost identical to Mendeleev's law, but one word is changed, and that one word changes everything. The physical and chemical properties of the elements are a periodic function of their atomic number, not mass. Atomic number, that is the one true rule that governs the entire periodic table. And let me be clear, this wasn't just some tiny tweak. This was a revolutionary shift in thinking. It proved that the true identity of an element, the thing that decides absolutely everything about it, isn't how much it weighs, but how many protons are in its core. And with that one simple change, every single element snapped perfectly into place. So let's go back to our little problem pair, argon and potassium. The moment we stop worrying about mass and start organizing them by atomic number, the problem just evaporates. Argon is element 18, potassium is element 19. They now fall in perfect numerical order, and they sit in the right chemical families. The puzzle is completely solved. So what's the big deal? Why does all this matter? Well, this discovery took the periodic table from being a pretty useful chart with a few quirks and turned it into a profound, perfect map of the entire physical universe. And this takes us all the way back to our first question. Why that weird shape? The modern periodic law is the answer. It confirms that the table's structure isn't random or arbitrary in any way. It's a direct visual representation of a fundamental law of physics. The atomic number dictates the electron structure, and that electron structure dictates chemical behavior. The table's shape, all the rows, the columns, the gaps, it's simply a map of those electron structures. You see, this new law gives chemists superpowers. It doesn't just arrange the elements, it explains them. It tells us exactly why elements in the same column act like a family. It's because their outer electrons are arranged in a similar way. And maybe coolest of all, it lets us look at an empty spot on the table and predict, with incredible accuracy, what a new, undiscovered element will be like. So I'll leave you with this thought. If scientists were to announce tomorrow that they discovered element 120, we would already know a ton about it before even running a single test. Just by looking at its address on the periodic table, we could predict how reactive it is, what kind of bonds it would form, and what family it belongs to. That is the incredible power of the modern periodic law. A single, simple number that brought perfect, beautiful order to the entire chemical universe. Thanks for tuning in.